Alright guys, welcome back. CFP here, and this is Survival Living. Now, here at the campsite, of course I got base camp. So let's go ahead and go over some real quick shelters. Hopefully everyone keeps a tarp. If you don't have a tarp, of course you can make shelters out of debris. But we do have a tarp with us, so what we're going to do, these are a little bit more exotic looking shelters. We're going to shoot some lines out here, get everything set up, and get that in position, and then we're going to build us a raised bed here. So let's go and get started. Alright guys, so this is our first line. This is going to be our first ridge line, and we will drop it down slightly and drop it down in the back. That way it does create a roof with an angle. Alright, so we got our front and back ridge lines up. These are just to help stabilize the tarp. Once the tarp gets on, then we'll add additional string to help pull it even tighter. Now, as you may have seen, I'm wearing boots and I'm in shorts. It's hot. Yeah, I don't have Snickers. I don't take Snickers out to the woods. So, let's go ahead and get the first part of the tarp hooked up here, draped over, anchored down, and then we'll start working on our raised bed. So as you can see, we've got to raise ourselves off of this ground. There is a slope going in and a slope going out. So all this would fill up with water if it came down raining real hard, but this is a quick emergency shelter. Alright guys, so we've got a raised bed. Now this is raised bed, but it's made like a rope bed, okay? Now unfortunately, I kind of ran out of rope on this. I actually like a little bit more rope on this, but it does work, holds my fat butt. Alright, so some raised beds you see, they run a post down the ground, build it up that way. You can actually stack logs on the end, works just fine. However high you want to go, just stack even more. But I've seen the post ones, they do okay. The best thing for that is to actually use your main beam to tie to a tree and then run it that way, especially if you're getting up higher. If you're low to the ground anyway, you just need a couple inches off the ground, this is all you got to do. Alright guys, so like I've said, I have to use a mat. Now what keeps these ropes from collapsing in is that we have sticks going across this way for our main beams that keeps it from collapsing on us. And using a mat makes it so much easier. So you don't have those sticks run right into your back. This is actually quite comfortable. Not quite as nice as a hammock, but it's nice. Actually, it's about time for me to take a break. Alright guys, so I want to point out something right fast. You see my sleeping bag is in there. Do not leave your sleeping bags unrolled and unattended, especially down here in Florida. Alright, you'll have all kind of critters inside your sleeping bag. Make sure you put them back in your compression sacks, whatever, when not in use. Alright guys, so we'll be sleeping in this thing tonight. We do have the base camp still over there. We're supposed to be getting thunderstorms tomorrow, so we will see how well everything does. Of course, this flap does have to pull out and be anchored down. That way it helps with the rain. But for now, because it's so hot, we're opening that up. We're having some issues with our charging capabilities for the GoPro. GoPro's fine. It's just what I'm using to charge with. It just ain't working. As a matter of fact, we're having to use the solar lantern to charge up the cell phones and everything. That battery bank I had with a panel on it is not doing anything. Alright guys, so this is our last night. We did 3 days, 3 nights. Well, am I still wearing the same shirt? Glad you asked. I forgot to pack an extra shirt. I brought extra blue jeans. I brought some shorts. Yeah, I'm wearing shorts with steel-toed boots. Just how I roll. There was no room in my pack to put flip-flops or sneakers. I don't wear sneakers out in the woods anyway. But, so we're wrapping everything up. Tomorrow I'll be breaking down camp, trucking back to my pickup area. Luckily I already texted the wife, let her know I'm going to be here at this time, come get me. So we already had a plan set up before even coming out here. We have been keeping in touch with cell phone, although we only have one bar on our cell phone out here. As you guys may remember from the live stream, I kept getting dropped out. That's why. So, this little bit of freedom is great. Out here, I am king. Now, when I say I'm king, it's just, well, I'm king. I enjoy being outdoors, guys. I'm very lucky to have a wife that I can say, hey, I need a break. I need to go to the woods. And she doesn't have to worry about thinking, oh, is he upset with me? Is it something, did I do something? None of that. She knows I belong in the woods, all right? Just the way it is. Now, out here, this camping trip it's been a rough one. Granted, I've had all the supplies I need. The heat and the humidity here, that has been what's been rough throughout this entire trip. You need a gallon of water a day to survive. I spent most of my camping trip filtering out water and then treating it with chemicals to make sure it's safe to drink most of the day. I probably drank anywhere from 5 to 6 gallons of water a day. It's just that hot down here, and the humidity is just that bad. So, if I would have stuck with 1 gallon a day, wouldn't have been doing anything, let alone collecting firewood and stuff like that. But I'm very happy I got to come out here. I've never been in this part of the river before. Um, I've been south of here a good ways many years ago. This is actually nice. I've only heard a couple people, and usually it's in the morning, walking the trails out here. And sound carries out in the woods. All right, I mean, you sneeze, I can hear you quarter mile away. It just echoes out here. Maybe not a sneeze, but something to always think about if you've never been camping. I do want to clarify on something that I said. Um, on the live stream, I did say, you know, I find it hard to believe that most people, there's a lot of people that don't know how to start a campfire. Well, I shouldn't be that harsh. There are a lot of people that have never been camping, okay? It's just not one of their things, all right? I'm an outdoors person. I have always went camping. I was taken on camping trips when I was knee high. So to me, it's just second nature. But at the same phrase there, same saying, what could be second nature to someone else, a city person, um, and even that was said wrong too, because there's some country folk that never been camping either. They just live in the country. So I shouldn't stipulate on where you live at as far as how your mentality is. So that was wrong of me. I didn't mean that to come across so harsh. So other than the gear, I packed my food in. We had Mountain House. We had some of the stew packages, ramens, spam. I also had some powdered eggs that we brought out. I brought out with me. I keep saying we, me. Um, let's see here. I did not catch a single fish, and if I would have caught fish, I would have been eating that instead of the Mountain House and everything else. I did not bring a fishing pole. I was trying some cane fishing and some line fishing, and like I showed on another video, the trout lines, those work really well in survival situation, but they are illegal to be using down here. So I wasn't using that down here. My gear was way too heavy to carry my crawfish um, trap. It was just too heavy. It really was. So I believe I need to work on shrinking down my pack. And I hate to say that because I've got a lot of really good stuff that I like to use out in the woods. The fact is, I packed my pack like I used to pack it before I got hurt, before I gained weight, and before I got out of shape. I mean, besides the weight and being injured, I haven't been eating that well. I mean, sure I eat, but sitting down and eating a dozen donuts is not a good thing to be doing. So I haven't started weight training, okay? Most of my stuff has been cardiovascular, which I know I've got to work on. So we've been working on that. I do want to get back into weight training. No, and of course, I won't be no Schwarzenegger. There's just no way. But I do need to get back in shape. One of my favorite YouTubers to watch is Canadian Prepper. Some people don't like him, other people love him. I actually love him. I love his content. He seems like a great dude. He actually has videos where he does his workouts and things like that. And yeah, I am trying my best to start following those. Will I go to a gym? Probably not, because technically I'm unemployed right now. So spending extra money on the gym is probably not a good idea. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed the camping trip. Hopefully there was a couple little ideas there that y'all were able to pick up on. More than likely, most of y'all already know this stuff, so this is like just hanging out with me, camping. But spam is calling my name. I'm gonna let this die down just a little bit, and I already got a great coal bed. I'm just burning up some extra wood, cleaning up the campsite here. We're frying up some spam tonight. I did have spam earlier today, which is awesome. Alright, so according to NOAA Radio, yes, I do have my hand with us. We got a thunderstorm coming in today. which sucks. Luckily, I should be out of this area anyway, further down the trail, awaiting pickup before that storm comes through. All right. Next thing, my solar bank, it did not work. Okay. Now this thing here, when it was fully charged ahead of time, being plugged in, charged up the cell phone, charged up the GoPro, no problem. The issue I have is that the solar panel is not charging, and I've got a bump about center of this thing. So I think the battery is actually bad in this. Um, so we will be replacing this at a later date. There's no sense in keeping busted equipment. Probably gonna go check out my buddy Ryan, his webpage. I know he's got some of those solar films and things like that for backpacks. I will be checking that out because having a lightweight solar film, I'll be honest, having to have a cell phone, having to run cameras, I needed solar power. I did. Now I've got a 13-watt solar panel briefcase at the house, but the weight of that thing, I didn't want to truck out here. Kind of wish I would have, but because the weight is the reason I didn't. So anyway, guys, I am going to finish this cup of coffee. It is 9:35 in the a.m. Yeah, overslept. I got to be out of here, packed up by noon. That gives me a 3-hour window to get back to my pickup spot. So I got to break down camp and everything, guys. I got to go back and clean camp. I really like this place. I really do. I don't know, maybe when it cools down, maybe we can do some type of subscriber camp out, with me. I know there's a lot of y'all that are in the area. I know there's a lot of y'all that, outside the area don't mind traveling in. Maybe we could do something like that. Don't don't hold me directly to that. Maybe we could work into something like that. I think it'd be cool. We got a lot of subscribers that are in close to me actually. So having some type of camp out retreat something. I don't know what you call it. What would y'all call it? Basically a winter just to come camp out with me. But let's make sure we get the stipulation right. If I am the only one camping out with this individual, that individual has to be male. I'm a married man. The optics do not look good if a woman was to win and CFP and a woman comes out here and start camping. Mrs. CFP will make sure she kills CFP when he got home. That's if she didn't come trucking through the woods anyway. So that would be the stipulation. It has to be a guy. Now, my wife wants to come out here in the fall and camp out. She said it's too hot here. It is. It's way too hot. That might be an option too. The wife and I come out here, maybe a subscriber winner, just to camp out with the two of us. Now that could be male or female then. That won't be an issue. It's not that my wife thinks I'm running around or anything like that. My wife trusts me. But I'm not going to sit there and put my marriage and her trust in that type of situation, if that makes any sense. I remember watching a video of Canadian Prepper. He got to do a dual collaboration video camp outs with Survival Lily. And I'm like, that is the coolest thing in the world. I love both their channels. That would be cool to actually get to meet one of those two, go on a camping trip. I'm showing the wife. She says, well, yeah, that's nice. She said, but remember how you said you tried to get on Naked and Afraid? I said, yeah, they turned me down. She said, yeah, you have to cuddle up to some woman. I'll make sure you're dead. Now, in defense, Canadian Prepper and Survival, there was nothing going on there. They're very professional with their camp out. They had their own shelters and everything. But because it just wouldn't look right if CFP had a woman out in the woods other than his wife. Anyway, guys, I am exhausted. I feel good, though. This has been a great vacation. The reason I'm exhausted is because it took me a day to heal up from walking in. just didn't get very good sleep on the knots and stuff. But I was able to test out all the gear and find out what I need to change. Some of that gear is based off of when I was 18, 22 years old, young, dumb, and 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Now I'm starting to slow down. Things are starting to hurt. So now we get to see what gear needs to be modified. So it's all right. It's a very good learning experience for sure. All right, guys. I'm fixing to break down camp. I'll talk to y'all later.